The difference between riding on trail and then street riding. There's me on my dirt bike, right? Man, these electric dirt bikes, these electric scooters, anything electric is very popular right now. And it's kind of crazy what they're trying to do with like trying to take away and pass these laws where they don't want people riding. You gotta have insurance and all this other shit. Now, I have a thing for bikes, right? I used to have a motorcycle and I sold it. And a lot of people are saying, "You miss it?" Yeah, of course I miss it. But at the same time, there's called a thing where I couldn't do certain things on my motorcycle that I could do on this thing, and that's go off roading, right? And not just go off roading, but go to certain places I really couldn't go to inside a ravine, inside a state park, or like inside some cool pine trees, and then take a cool picture. Man, dude, I really wanted to do that with my other bike, and I couldn't because it was a sports bike, and I loved it because it can go fast. This one can't go that fast, but it could go. It can get up and go. It says supposedly it can go like 40 miles per hour. So I mean that's pretty quick for a dirt bike, electric bicycle, as you may call it, right? But there's some things that I couldn't do on obviously the motorcycle, and yeah, I guess you could say that it's safer as well. It's definitely safer. Obviously, it's not as fast, and it's not the same. It will never be the same. Riding a motorcycle versus riding an electric bike, but you definitely save you save a lot of money. I mean, on gas, even though gas wasn't really that expensive. If you do own a motorcycle, you know that it's not that expensive, right? But you do have to pay insurance when you own a motorcycle, and I know that right now the laws that are passed in certain states are saying that you don't have to have these kind of things, but I think they're trying to pass some bullshit that the next like year or something like that they want people to like register and all this other stuff. I'm just like, bro, that's crazy for electric, right? But I feel like, man, eventually they will be taking over electric vehicles, right? Not just cars, because I know that in a lot of people like electric cars, but I mean electric scooters, electric bikes are taking over the biking community. It's kind of crazy. I see a lot of different bikes out there electric. It's kind of crazy though. But welcome you guys to Vinnies Talk. How's everybody feeling, man? Back on the podcast. Yeah, we're out here flexing. Welcome to Vinnies. Obviously, you got me on my it's called a Panda Ma S. It's got a lot of power, man. That's a new dirt bike. It looks like a dirt bike. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all my subscribers watching. Please, like the video, man. Like the video as you coming in, man. Like the video as you coming in. If you're already in, man, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the podcast. So yeah, man, it's about to be summertime, and there's a lot of exciting things to do in the summer, but there's also a lot of exciting things to do in the winter. Like, for instance, a lot of people ask me, a lot of people always ask me this. I always get asked, like, since you like to be outside in the spring and summer, and you like to go hiking and do the podcast, and you for the winter, all right, for the winter, do you do the same? Like, do you like to be hiking and like to go outside and do with nature? And I would say that I do. I can honestly say that I would and that I do, but not as much as I do, like, obviously when it's warmer. I simply do other like activities. Like, I really enjoy drawing. Like drawing and focusing on getting more YouTube content and making more videos. But see, the thing about drawing is I'm working on different different art now. Obviously, I want to try to expand, and obviously, I love doing animation in different different types of animation, though, right? With art, to me, drawing is so different, and drawing is so hard, and I'm still learning. And I only have been drawing for, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, you learn so much from year to year, especially creating art and watching other people's draw and watching other people's artwork. You learn so much about the different tools they use, and I was the type of guy where, I always would use uh like colored pencils and never tried nothing else. And then I switched up and tried markers, and I didn't want to let the markers down. I loved markers. And then I told myself I would never use paint, and then I started painting. And then I was always using like sketchbooks, and I didn't want to try canvas. And then I eventually tried canvas, and I'm just like, dude, canvas is so much different than paper. Canvas is so much different than using like a regular pencil and sketching it out. I mean, yeah, you could sketch it out on canvas, but I mean, technically, I use a Sharpie black marker for canvas, and obviously, I still sketch, but it's so much different from canvas board to actual paper when you're doing a different format of artwork. It's like, man, there's a different format for everything that you're doing, you know? Um, Listening to music, whether it's digital, listening to it digitally, or listening to it on vinyl. And, I was at the store the other day, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, man, there's nothing like listening to a real record. So I'm like an 8 track, you know what I mean? Like a vinyl record, analog style, right? Listen to it through headphones on a good vinyl player. I'm like, what about the one with the suitcase? He's like, nah, dude, you're gonna mess up your vinyl. You gotta buy like a really good record player, true analog style. You get that true mono freaking sound. And I'm just like, what, dude? And it made a lot of sense, dude, because like I traditionally listen to my music on CD. I recently started buying vinyls, and obviously the vinyl sounds. You could buy CDs and have vinyl and CD sound very similar, but I feel like, man, CDs always sound very superb, like very good. But there's also CDs that don't. I guess it depends on the year of CD and how they made the CD. But everybody is all about like this digital world. Everybody's all about having it on their phone. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's the fastest way to do it. You could do it like that, and I do it like that as well. When I'm connecting to Bluetooth, you have a crisp sound. But I feel like, man, there's nothing like the original sound from vinyl and CD, a CD. You know what I mean? Straight from the CD. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways, man. But yeah, I learned a lot from drawing over the years. Especially with like advancing to the next, um from colored pencils to advancing to markers, and then markers to painting. And then you kind of tie that in, and you put your own style to it, and then you start to use everything. You start to understand how to use this tool and that tool. And that's the kind of thing with uh where I learned basically a little bit about music as well, and even making videos, how to use certain, you know what clips not to use, and go in there and edit. And that's just not easy, dude. Like editing videos, sometimes it takes hours, sometimes it takes longer than a day. I don't know. It just takes so much time. And those are so many like different things I want to still learn how to do, especially with my art. And then with music, like playing the guitar and learning guitar, and I want to keep learning guitar and chord progression, and learning uh different songs, because it's for me, it's traditionally hard to learn how to play guitar, and I'm still learning. Like I could play maybe a couple chords and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think learning anything in general is just is is amazing, especially if you really focus on it and you put your mind to it. You could do it. But yeah, man, we're on Vinny's Talk podcast, and we're talking about life, man. This is the podcast of life. Nature is life, and we're gonna get some beautiful days coming up. We're gonna do some planting. Planting. I mean, I love farming. Put some good plants in. Maybe do some strawberries. Maybe a cherry tree. We'll see. I'm not sure about it yet, but I want to do some different forms of plants. Um, Maybe like an early girl tomato plant. Not too many tomatoes this year. Maybe I'll do like a couple tomato plants. Um, obviously special flower, cannabisa. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't know. I believe that's true, man. Learning, and not just any form of learning, and you have to have that form, whether it's farming, making music, the art, and the thing I hold close to my heart is that nature aspect of things. That's why I love planting, right? Planting, because you're one with yourself, one with the earth. The earth is, we'll return back to earth. You know, I mean, through life, we will retreat back to where we came from, and this is beautiful, Mother Earth, and that's why it's so important that we get back to that, man. Get back to that style. Get back to that natural of living life, man. Not just for a materialistic a vibe. It's more like a nature vibe. And it's a nature vibe, It's a Rastafari, It's more of a naturistic flow, man. When you feel that vibe, you know what I'm talking about. Blaze up vibe, man. Straight up vibe. But man, yeah, you guys are just, I appreciate the love and support. Watching my videos, liking the video, like the video, right? Like the damn video, man. But we will be doing more reactions. Perhaps doing some planting videos, right? Show you guys some of my plants coming up. Hopefully, we got some beautiful days coming up, and we'll bring you guys some cool little vids, maybe some shorts. Stay tuned for that, man. Of cool videos coming up. And I want to thank you guys, for joining in, watching my videos. And, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. Subscribe, man. Subscribe to the damn video, right? All right, guys. Until the next time. Peace.